Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, My Vagabond Style. I'm Debbie, and today I'm going to be working in the mini collage journal. So this is inspired by Dede Willingham. I will link her channel below. And what we've done is we've cut the magazine into smaller portions, and then we have this one offcut here. Because it's the same colors, it works very well in the collage as you're doing it. The middle section I've saved. This is the cream of the crop. I don't know why I didn't use this one, but I saved it, so I'll use this another time. I say it's the cream of the crop because actually the images in this one, there's more to work with in the middle section. So if you do this, choose the middle section. I chose the top, and then this one I wrote cutter on it because this one I'm going to go through and use these colors on it to blend in with this one that I've chosen. So today I thought maybe we could work. I had this guy and I thought I think it's a girl. I don't know. It looks like to me it looked almost like a gondolier guy, but then there were flowers in the hair. It could be a guy or a girl. Anyway, we'll use that one. Um, but the one that I really wanted to work on right now was this right here. I collaged the back with this was the original on this particular page. And this, and then I just collaged some other pieces on there. And I found this, and I thought this went really well on there, and almost matches up here with this water. So I want to go ahead and add that. Just get a little glue page here, and I'm just using glue stick. I don't have a problem with glue stick. Sometimes I will use art glitter glue, but a lot of times I just use glue stick. This is just something to play around in. This is not like a masterpiece or anything, but it's just super fun to work in. So I found that, and then I also cut out this round circle. Usually you guys, when I do these, I kind of look for things with you, but I had started on it off camera, and I thought, oh, I don't want to put everything down and then come on. So I'm sorry that I actually hunted for some of this stuff beforehand, but we'll do some together. But I thought that looked really good in the back, like a moon. And then I wanted to put this bird right in front of it. Originally I had the bird and I had this, and it just seemed like it needed more color, so that round circle was perfect. And then we'll go back and we'll put a little more color on things. We'll cut that off the bottom. The funny thing is, like, I'm looking at these, and actually this looks just pretty without even putting paint on it. Isn't that crazy? Let me bring it up for you. Yeah, I just think it's really pretty. Okay, so we can come back and paint that one here in just a little bit. Let's get this other one, this gondolier person down. I'm just going to cut this out. Now, if you're trying to blend in some of these background pages like this, you're going to want to make sure that your edges are torn and not cut because they're easier to blend in with the paint. So I kind of think that looks really good right there. Over here. No, I think I like it in this one. So let's glue that person down. Yeah, I like that. Okay, what else are we going to do? I thought this one was pretty, this nurse. I definitely want to make sure that the edges are torn on this because I want this to blend. I want it to blend in with the background papers. Okay, and we'll cut off this back edge. So I think that one looks pretty good. We'll probably come back and put something else here, but for now this is okay. Let's work on this one. So you'll notice I'm going front to back to middle. I'm not working in any one section. I'm not going from front to back or back to front because I don't want to warp the spine. The spine will get really warped if you don't mix it up a bit. This part of the video, I'm going to go ahead and do a voiceover. Sometimes when I'm working, if I feel a little distracted, I can't, but I don't, I prefer not to record my voice and have to think about what I'm saying, why I'm trying to create. It's really hard sometimes to kind of let your creativity flow and think about what you're doing and talking at the same time. Like it's hard. Sometimes it's harder than other times. And I felt like today I needed just a little break from recording my, thinking about what I was recording and just sit there and create. Like, turn on some music and just sit there and create. It's way different when you're trying to record and think about what you're saying in front of people. So sometimes I just need a little break. I'm using the offcuts of the magazine to put in the background here. I really like this person's artwork. I don't even know who this was, but I like the whole idea of using kind of what they've done and then putting your own focal elements in it, focal images. I think that's really a lot of fun. Here I was just trying to figure out if I had enough of the background to make it through the whole page. And if I didn't, I could have used some acrylic paints. I just, at that point, had already put the paints away and didn't really feel like putting more in it at this time. I could always come back later on when I am in a mood to get the paints out and add it. I know Dede uses a ton of paint in hers, and she's so good at like blending everything. Like if you haven't seen any of her art cards or any of her altered books. Oh my gosh, she does some altered books that will just blow your mind. She does a lot of space themed stuff, um, sci-fi. Oh my gosh, it's so good, you guys. I want to take just a minute and talk about a few videos that I've made, and that's fodder. If you haven't seen the fodder videos, there's a playlist now for fodder, and I'll link that playlist below. But fodder basically is I've made some flowers, and maybe by the time this is up, the trees will have been part of that too. But it's basically things that you can use in your artwork. And they're with the Sharpies and Posca and magazine pages. And I think that was the difference, is that mine were with magazine pages. And, that's so available for most of us. And, to get a Sharpie and some scissors, and really that's all you need to be able to make some beautiful things for your artwork. And I think people have really uh, taken to that it's, an inexpensive thing. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of books or, things like that. You can just make it on your own. And the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you get at it. So don't give up, you guys. And even if you think it's like as you're drawing your flower and it doesn't look very good, finish it, because so many times I have looked at something and go, oh, that's not going to be good. But by the time I'm done with it, it's beautiful. So keep at it, you guys. And thank you for leaving me such great responses, great comments, and over these videos. I so appreciate each and every one of you, and I've been trying to answer every single comment that comes in, because I think it's so important. You guys are taking time out of your day to leave me a message. I need to make time to leave you guys a message. So thank you again for being here. Right here, I'm just trying to piece together with whatever little bits I still have that coordinate with this. I didn't really feel like painting today. I can always come back and put paint, the acrylic paint on this, but it was turning out so good without any paint. I thought I'm going to keep going and keep collaging this. I'm not sure who the artist is on this, but I just love all the circles, all the dots, and the colors are so pretty. So I will find some focal points to put on this. And I'm going to start, like, I'm starting to reorganize my images. Like, I'm really putting a lot of the small stuff together and a lot of the bigger stuff together because I really have such a wide difference in the types of journals that I have. And it seems like dividing some of these images, now that I have so much, into small and large images. I just went to Dollar Tree yesterday and got some baskets that I could kind of put things in. I was storing it, or I am still currently storing a lot of my stuff in that I've cut out, fussy cut, in binders with sleeve protectors. And that works because I like that I can divide it out by subject. But at this point, like now, I'm getting so many images, I'm almost going to have to just throw them in a basket. But whatever works for you, I'd like to know how you're storing your images. So leave me a comment on that if you can. This girl was out of, I think she was out of a Daphne's Diary magazine. And I thought she was really cool looking. I don't know what that thing is on her forehead, but I thought she worked really well in here. The colors are great. Her size was good. I just noticed that little bit of white there that I didn't cut off, so I'm just cutting that off so it doesn't stand out so much. I was going to speed this up, but I don't know. Sometimes I just don't really, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't care for the sped up version. Um, but whatever works. So I also wanted to mention that I got a new collage soup book, and I bought the one that is Petnanigans. And I do a lot of collage with animals in my collage work, so I thought that would be a perfect one for me. Um, I I don't know what to say about this book. Like, some of the images that I think are so good, and but they're cut off on the edges. Tons of images in this book. The cat heads are cut off, um, the sides of them, and then some of the quality is not that good. So I'm not, I don't know. I'm going to use a lot of the images, so I think I'll get my money's worth out of it. But be sure, and when you're like, if you're going to get some of these collage books, go look through the flip throughs that people have done on their channels and make sure that it's something you want and that you're okay with things getting cut off on the edges. Because some of these pages that have 6 images on them, really, I'm lucky to get 2 full images off of them because they've been cut off. And actually, I don't even think it's the full, it's not the full image because like the frame will be cut off on the top and the bottom if there's a frame around it. And then like some of the images, there's like a page of kittens. Okay, well, they're all the same, pretty much the same kitten, or well, it's the same litter, and they're doing the same thing. So I'm like, there's so many cute other pictures we could have used for that. So I'm a little bummed that I spent $24 on it by the time it was shipped. So I don't know. You guys make your own decision on that, but just letting you know that some of them are cut off. I'm really curious if any of you guys have, fallen into the collage soup, if you're happy with them. Like, let me know which ones you bought and if you're happy with all the quality of it and, things being cut off, if you're okay with it. Maybe I'm just being a little picky. I don't know. Um, This little page that I'm working on right now, I think was my favorite one of the day. I just love this gal with her little steampunk-ish look, and I just thought the green went really good, the colors went really good, and I liked her size that she was. And then I thought, you know what? She needs a friend. She needs someone else in the picture with her, and who better to have with her than a faithful dog? So I found a little dog. It was actually a plate. Somebody had painted them and they were selling them, the little plates. And with it looking up like that, I just thought, oh, that little French bulldog is so cute. I think that's what it is. So I just glued that little baby in there and it kind of made the whole thing come together. I don't think if the dog was in there, I would have liked it as well. So you just got to keep your eye out for like the smallest things in your magazines. That was in, I think, a Daphne's Diary. I'm pretty sure it was in a Daphne's Diary. If not, it was one of those Sweet Paul magazines that I have. The Sweet Paul is the one that I've been using a lot of the food out of for the fodders, for the fodder videos. I did glue this down really well with the glue stick, and I kind of wish that I hadn't because I would have liked to have tucked part of that moon behind the building, but it was already glued on there too well, so I couldn't pull it up. I really like this one the way it turned out. I don't think I'm going to add any paint to it, but I can come back later on when I have the paints out, and if I decide that I do want to add a little bit for blending or maybe make some clouds or something or mist, I can come back and do that later on. That's what I love about it. You just, work on it. And then if you're good, you move on. And sometimes something will strike you later on and you come back and go, you know what? I think I want to add something to this. But here's a close up of it. Yep, my favorite this time. It's the next morning and I decided to drag out the paints this morning and get a little messy. I also found this other Somerset magazine that I have, and I'm going to use some of the pages out of this one to go in here. So I looked through and I found this green page that I thought might work. I liked how small the images are here. So I'm just going to cut some of these out and we'll collage them in and then we'll do a little paint. So it's got a little girl in here and then these buildings, which I thought might be fun to kind of put behind here. So, and I liked all these colors together. We'll add a little more blue. So I picked out the colors. Got the little palette there. And then we're just going to use fingers. No brushes. No brushes today. It's got the name of the artist on here, but I'm just going to leave it there because I think the paint will probably smear that out. Put the bigger ones towards the front. And let me grab the glue stick. I probably should have whited out the text behind it, but I didn't. That's all right. Now, I kind of think I might want to cut her out. I'm going to wait to put her on, actually. Let's put her where I don't lose her. Probably could use a little kind of buff color with that too. So I've got a blue, green, kind of an olive green, and then the buff. That's plenty of colors. These are so small. I probably don't need much paint. Got this little piece right here. That might not be bad putting it in there. When I was going through this editing, I noticed that when I was painting, like I wasn't saying anything because I was concentrating on the painting. So I'm going to put a little background music in here for you guys, and then I'll come back towards the end. I'd like to find a little something to put right here. I'm not quite sure what, like maybe a dog. I don't know, it might be a little too much to ask. If I can't, maybe a flower, because that's going to have to be a little teeny tiny dog. But what I like about these is it's just like my wandering, my random journal that I work in, and until I'm going to leave this, it's not done. And I was watching one of Dede Willingham's videos, and she was talking about there's something about not having your page finished, that it's like you can always come back to it, and there that relieves some of the pressure because you can always come back to it. But I think it turned out really cute. I like this one a lot. I will keep looking for the dog, but for now, I'm going to leave it. Okay, you guys, I think we did quite a few pages today. I'm happy with that, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And I will catch you next time. Bye, you guys.